And so that is what the creation of this site was about, was working as community to create sacred spaces where we can honor those stories and those lives and come together to practice communal healing and really recognizing the history of this place of Louisville, Kentucky, and all of the people that helped to shape it, including those who were enslaved, not only in Kentucky, but who were trafficked through this area. So we've come together tonight to both release and express the frustration and anger of this time, and then also to practice and to think about what does collective liberation and joy look like as we look towards healing. How do we create that together? How do we look to the ancestors to create that with us? And then how do we carry that forward from this site today? So if you haven't already, I know we mentioned this earlier, but if there are things you want to release as part of this process, we're inviting you to write that on the dissolvable paper over here. We're going to pour that out as part of the ceremony. We invite all of you to join us and to be as active as you want as participants in this collective movement together, this co-creation process. Whether you're out on the platform, the walkway, or around this space, we really want to inhabit it together and to shift what the energy feels like in the real world together in this moment in time. Today is Give for Good Louisville. As you may have heard, we are planning to expand this site down kind of through a majority of this stretch of grass over here with 2 more public art installations, one of which will be an America 250 installation focused on the enslaved people who helped to build this nation and the roles that they play. And the other one is called Broken, or inspired by Broken Wings Still Fly, the performance that Hannah Drake and Brady Lachey wrote, focused on multiple generations of enslaved women in Kentucky. So those are the 2 pieces, the 2 new installations that are going to be coming in the next 12 months or so. And we're really excited to co-create with the artists and with the community. There will be more walkways, seating, all kinds of things within this space as it expands into the Unknown Project Sculpture Park. So if you feel so inclined to contribute as part of Give for Good, there's a QR code over on the table over here. You can also go to the Unknown Project Trail website, unknownprojecttrail.com. There's a tab at the top for Give for Good as part of that effort. So together we are hearing from some different speakers. We're going to be releasing, and then through this drumming, moving into the healing process. Before we do that and really start to hone in on how we shift this space together, we're going to invite up our friends from Kentuckians for the Commonwealth, who are here to register voters, because you know now more than ever our vote and our voice matters in shaping this country and the trajectory that we move forward on. So I'm going to go ahead and invite them up real quick, and then we're going to hear from former state rep Charles Booker.
Hello everyone, can everybody hear me? Yes, okay. My name is Gwendolyn, but they call me Peaches. I'm with Kentuckians for the Commonwealth, and what we are about is we have a vision of where we are all together. It's a community of people inspired by a vision, building a new power and a better future for all of us. Together we organize their fair hobbies, a healthy environment, new safe energy, and honest democracy. Honest democracy. Honest democracy. Okay? Honest democracy. Not no other stuff. I can't say right now. But, so our goal is to make sure people of all walks of life, indigenous, people of color, disenfranchised, people with felonies in their past, someone like myself, who has lost their right to vote in the state of Kentucky. We want to get our right to vote back. So, yes, Governor Fisher did about 200,000 years ago, and they even touched the tip of it. We have so many people that have been convicted that can and need to vote, but they can't vote because of the law that was made back in 1865. So we're trying to break that. So you want to come to my petition, come on, see me over the table. If you want to be registered to vote, if you move, you got the board. Anything of that nature, you can register to vote, so you can vote. And remember, have an honest what?
Democracy!
Say again, an honest what?
Democracy!
All right, y'all have a wonderful evening, okay?
Healthy Beginnings Connect Us offers resources, classes, and more. Visit us at 1141 South 2nd Street or www.blackbirth.
How y'all doing, family? Good. All right, we can make a little bit of noise today. How y'all doing, family? I count it a privilege to be here with you. I've hugged a lot of you, and I will hug more of you. I know how heavy this moment is. I feel the weight of it. And so I just want to start the brief remarks I want to add that I hope put a little fuel in your tank and honor the moment that we're in. I want to start by just saying I love you. I'm grateful for your humanity. I appreciate your light. I'm thankful for your determination. I'm humbled by the fact that you are determined to keep getting up and pressing forward, because there are times when I want to give up. But I see y'all telling your story, organizing, fighting back, and I know that means I can too. So I just want to thank you. And it's pretty fitting that we're here in a space that reminds us where we came from. A place that reminds us about the pain of our story. Because right now we know so much of our story is being erased. Our names are being stricken from the books if they were ever highlighted. And while we're on the banks of the Ohio River, I feel it's fitting. And I always think about analogies. In a lot of ways, in our city, in this state, in this country, in the world, I feel like we're drowning, that we're sinking. And if you think about what it means to drown, the pressure on your chest is hard to breathe. The weight on your head is hard to think. We are under so much weight and strain from fear, from hatred, from racism, white supremacy, genocide, generational poverty. We are hurting from violence in our policies, in our streets, in our politics. And I want to be clear, because we're all still gripped by the horrific act of gun violence that happened on the national stage, where we were all forced to see it. And although we want to live in a society where there is no violence like that, we know that that violence didn't start with that bullet. We have seen violence that has terrorized and traumatized our communities for generations. The violence of poverty, the violence of people not knowing whether they can put food on the table and keep the lights on. The violence of being discriminated against, the violence of being oppressed, the violence of being segregated, the violence of being cast aside because of your identity, because of the color of your skin, because of who you love, because of the money in your pocket. Violence perpetuated over and over again. And family, we have people laying in our streets right now while we are on track to having the first trillionaire ever. We have people that do not know whether they will be able to feed their children right now, while the Trump administration and politicians at the local, state, and federal level who are complicit are making backroom deals for their wealthy friends that we pay for. We're drowning. We're drowning in a status quo that plays performative politics with our pain. Let me say that one more time. I need that to settle in. We are drowning from a status quo that plays performative politics with our pain, that smiles in our faces and says everything's fine while our children are gunned down on the bus stop, that tells us that there's momentum, trust me, everything's okay, while there are so many loved ones on the street telling us that the only way we can be safe is to have Cop City with more police and pickleball courts. Folks, we are drowning. And I want to hold space for that, because it can feel like nothing will ever change. It can feel impossible. And sometimes, and right now, it just might feel impossible. We have loved ones who are afraid that they may be deported, their families ripped apart, because our city has lost sanctuary. There are people that are questioning whether their voice will ever be heard again, because it is being silenced at every level. We are drowning. But I'm not going to leave you on a tough note, because we're here today to remember who we are and where we came from and where we can go. So I want to share a quick story. And I already told my mom I was going to embarrass her a little bit. Now, if you know anything about my mom, Elder Arletta Hearn, she is a giant. She's a trailblazer. She is a distinguished woman of God. She's a teacher. She's a counselor. She's a fashionista. But amongst all the things she is incredible at, she is not that good at swimming. And so my mom told me a story that when she was little, she was thrown in the pool. We used to always go to Tom Sawyer Park, because you know how they did our pools down the West End. She was thrown in the pool. And she was kicking her legs, she was thrashing, she was screaming for help. Mom told me that she thought it was over. She prepared for the reality that she wasn't going to make it out of that water. And then all of a sudden she heard a voice cut through the chaos that said, "Stand up!" And she's still thrashing. And they said it again, "Stand up!" So my mom, thankfully, heard that cry and found her footing. And she stood up. The water was only waist level. Now, to be honest with you, the water we're dealing with, that we're drowning from right now, is higher than waist level. But I believe we can still change things if we stand up. That's my call for us, to remember who we are, the strength of our ancestors, the power of our potential together, no matter where you come from. If we stand up together, we can make justice real. We can end poverty. We can honor the lives and humanity of everyone. We can stop genocides. We can stop the prison industrial complex. We can stop the military industrial complex. We can build prosperity for everyone. Yes, we can, if we stand up. I'm asking you to stand with me. I'm asking you to stand for Louisville, for Kentucky, for this country, for this world. We've been drowning for too long. I love you all.
Hey, I know you're watching the live stream right now, but I want to take a moment to tell you to check out this new book right here over my shoulder. Believe me, it'll be worth it.
The thing about the story with your mom, if I could just really briefly say here, is your mom, the water was waist deep. It wasn't that high. But in her mind, she thought she couldn't overcome the water. See, what y'all think is happening in America, you think is higher than waist high. That's what you think. There are more of us than them.
Come on.
You see what I'm saying? But you think there's more of them than us. I've already done the math, okay? There are millions of us and few of them. All we have to do is do like Charles's mom and stand up. That's it. That's right.
Yeah.
Have it in me to holler. It's been a long day. You want to move your chair up here? No, it's okay. Can you hear me okay? I think we've got to work on the strategy. Come on. I think we have got to think about, can you hear me? Better. At any point you cannot hear me. You still can't hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Hear me now? Oh, I got to keep it really close. I think we need to work on strategy. I think we need to talk about how we respond to what is happening. I'm looking at Gavin Newsom in California, and I'm watching his immediate response with the facts. He is not allowing the dishonesty to sit unchecked. Democrats are not fighting back fast enough and not with the accurate data that pushes back. And here's why I think it's important. I do not think we can change the minds of the people that are in power. I don't believe that. But I believe that we can grab the hearts of the people who have been neutral. If you look at the election, I think the numbers, and I do want to be corrected if I'm wrong, I do not mind that. I think the numbers are like 31% for the current president, around 30% for the woman who ran against him. And then there are all these other people that did not participate. They were frustrated about a lot of things. Those folks, that's who we need to focus on. 31-30 is not that close. It's close. I mean, it is close. It's not that far apart. We're looking at this wrong. And what's happening is the way it's being framed makes us believe that we live in a country that is worse than it is. And that is exhausting us. And that is exhausting me. And when I sit in these rooms, I have to remind myself when I'm in these board meetings that I'm in Kentucky. So of course, I think the world looks bad right now. I mean, because think about where we are. You know, when I worked for the Urban League, and we were driving people to the polls to vote, we didn't care how they voted. Before we could even get the last car to the polls, they'd already called it for whatever Republican. And I'm saying a nonpartisan organization, you're not worried about who people are voting for, but my point is, before the last group of people got to vote, our state had already been called. So it is easy for us to begin to believe that the country feels like we feel. It's not true. 31%, 30%. We can change this thing, but we have got to have a strategy that involves the very real data, very real pushback in the attempt to bring those people in who have decided to stay at home, who have decided it's not worth fighting anymore. We have to give them hope. The thing that has brought you out here on a Thursday night, that thing that you have inside you, we have got to figure out how to get that to other folks, because all is not lost. The other thing that I think is really important for us to talk about, when this administration attacks DEI, for example, it may feel like it is not everybody's problem and we don't all have to speak out, but we do. Because those attacks, we have to be able to respond and say, okay, how many scholarships, if I'm looking at education, for example, how many scholarships are at risk? What are the numbers? Where are all these black people and people of color and LGBTQIA plus and all that? How much money is set aside in the whole country just for them? Relative to how much is out there for the whole world to use. We've got to start putting it into context, because there are people who might help us if they understood the context. Does it make sense to you? We cannot we can't get angry and do nothing and say what we do not have a leader. We just don't. We don't have one. We have many, and we are leaders. We have to push back with the facts. We have to talk about why it's important to ever have had diversity, equity, and inclusion. We've got to be able to put that in context for our neighbor who would say, I'm not a racist, but I do think it's unfair to discriminate against white guys who want to go to college. Are you fucking kidding me? The vast majority of the population at the University of Louisville, or pick your other university, is a predominantly white male university. What are you talking about? They're not being discriminated against. There's a reason that we have scholarships that target certain groups that have often been left out. We've got to have those conversations. We've got to be willing to have those conversations with our neighbors, with the bus driver, with everybody. The other thing we have to do, we've got to push back on these universities that are silent. I understand everybody can't fight. Every university is not a Harvard. They don't have the money. I get it. they all have an obligation to talk about even the amount of money they are spending to deal with the legal challenges of all of the things that the administration is sending down, all of the things that these Kentucky legislators are sending down. It is interesting to me that we're not talking a lot about the legislators that showed up at the vigil the other night for the gentleman who just lost his life. Life is important. Everybody's life is important. And when I look at what the guy believed, it says a lot about our leaders in this state and in this city, that they thought that's where they should be, that is who they call a hero. I am not diminishing the value of the man's life, but I am diminishing his work. But we are not holding them accountable. We're not even talking about it. Now, we just had a county clerk after 27 years pass away. God rest her soul. Position is open. There's a black woman who announced that she was going to run. She started running. And then we had another white male candidate get into the race. Somebody's got to talk to him about strategy within the Democratic Party and what that party says they're trying to look like.
Yes.
We got to have a real conversation. The other strategy, the other part of it is, why is anybody leaving Frankfurt right now when we need them the most?
Yeah.
Including Pamela, quite frankly. I'm just gonna keep it real. I'm done. I don't give a shit about nothing. I am tired. It is time for change. If you got the platform, you got the vote, stay and fight right now. This is tough. We have got to fight back, but we've got to be smart about it. And I don't know if we're doing that. That Metro Council, let me tell y'all something. Anybody can call a press conference. Check their voting record of every Metro Council member out there. Black, white, other. Check them all. I'm not impressed by the microphone. This is the part everybody always thinks is fun. I feel like they think, oh, when you go out and you give speeches, well that's probably should be about 2% of your job. There's a whole other part that happens when you get to the desk. There's a whole other part that happens in those meetings when you stand up for the right thing and you fight those battles and you vote in a way that helps the people who voted to send you to the place. We are not paying close enough attention. We are not holding people accountable, and we are not responding with the data that corrects what they said was wrong. Those are the things that we have to do to change what happens in the next election. I believe this. I believe there are people who will be with us. And you're probably thinking like, but what else do they need? They need everything. They just do. I looked at something recently. I saw farmers all across the country talking about how hard life is for them right now. And I wondered to myself, well, who is it easy for? Who is winning right now? I don't wonder, because many of these folks voted for what is happening. Because really, we're not being surprised, right? We all saw Project 2025, so we know what was going to happen. It was right there. So, if the farmers aren't happy, and these are folks who said this is how they voted. And I think the number I heard was they went from selling $12 billion in soybeans to China, from $12 billion to zero. When the farmers Y'all, some problems are, what we're experiencing now is nothing compared to what will be happening. That's the kind of stuff that needs to be shared. And for a lot of reasons, I have found that people with the power and influence are not comfortable sharing the information that could really help educate the public about really what's going on. I mean, I'm not just talking about like whether somebody's a pedophile or not. Let's just, because I don't think people care. I don't actually think anybody cares about that. So let's talk, I'm sorry to say that, but I really think the base is the base is the base. But what are the things that we need to be saying to make corrections immediately in the moment that they are happening? That's what I think we need, you guys. We have got to have a strategy. We need to find leaders. We need to get behind those leaders. And when other people think, oh, this is my time, but no, it's not your time. This is not the moment. We can't be this divided. The strategy is a mess. And that's hard to say, but it is true, and y'all know it is. I mean, we all talk about it privately, but we just don't say it from the microphone. We need something different. Let me say this, I'm not running for office. I don't want to be anything. So I want to be what I am. So that's not the point. It is not going to happen. I am talking about what we need to do with the people that we have and what they need to do and how they do need to respond. And if you think that the Democrats have leadership, tell me who it is in the state. Tell me who it is. I mean, because I want to know. Because I think it's important. What I'm looking at right now, I'm seeing Gavin Newsom at least standing up and responding. I'm not saying his state won't pay for it, but I'm at least seeing a response. So I think we have marched, we have cried, we have fought, we've been arrested, we've been all of the things. We need to sit down and have a conversation with each other to really talk about how we move our city forward. What do we want from the mayor? What do we want from our Metro Council members? Why do we love who we love? And how did they vote on the issues that matter to us and to our community? Have we reviewed the voting record? Is there an organization that is keeping track of the voting record of Metro Council members on the issues that matter to us? Are our universities explaining why the attacks on education actually really hurt education? Are we talking about what DEI is, why it was created, and what the impact of the legislative changes are? Are we critiquing officials in our community and in our state that would create legislation like House Bill 4? Or are we seeing them at the cookout and just like waving them and not worrying about it? Where's the accountability? Are we finding people to run? I mean, those are the tough things. It's easy to get rah-rah and I want to just, it's time for work. It's past time. So, you know, do what you want to do with the information. I didn't feel like yelling and screaming. I don't have it in me to do it. I hope somebody else can come and do that for you. Hannah do it. She's great at that, and she's inspirational. My quest for us now is to really deal in some truth about our work and our effectiveness and our alignment and even the silence of our family and friends that we tolerate. See, you cannot have your feet up under my table and be neutral on this about this foot on my neck. I can't feed you. You can't be here. We gotta really think about it. So anyway, I was just speaking for me. No organization, no nothing, nobody. I'm just speaking for myself. And these are the things that I'm saying all the time in the boardrooms, wherever I am. And this is why nobody wants me to be there. in the movie, but I'm loving it. So thank you all. No. 92% can sit down. We've earned it. And I probably will yell, because y'all know me. That's what I do. But I agree with everything that Sadiqa said. That it is, we're in trouble. We are in trouble. And if we don't do something, we're going to be in a lot of trouble here. They are moving at a rapid pace. Why? Because they're organized. And we tried to tell people, when Biden won, we can go back to Biden. When Biden won, the 71 people that voted for Trump didn't go home and drink tea and eat crumpets. They organized. One thing I don't understand about the Republicans, but that I absolutely love, Republicans tell you the whole damn plan. This is what we're going to do. We're going to take over your school boards. We're going to take over your state house. We're going to take every House seat. We're going to take every Senate seat. And then we're going to come back for the presidency. And matter of fact, we're going to put it all in a book. And then we're going to disseminate Project 2025. We're going to give you the whole playbook. And what did we do? Okay. We wanted, a woman had a sign the first time. If Hillary would have won, we would have been back to brunch. No, we wouldn't have. Because racism and white supremacy and homophobia never takes a day off. They are all, when you saw Mitch McConnell's article, he knows he's on his way out. And when Trump was first in office, Mitch McConnell kept his head down and said, you know what? I don't care about none of that. I'm going to block the Supreme Court. Judge, that's my focus. I'm going to stack the courts. And y'all sit online to argue about Trump all day long. They had a strategy. And so when you all see it happening, you must say something. And I'm going to say this, and you're not going to like it, but I'm like Sadiq with this one. I'm past the point of caring. I just don't care. I care because I want to save this nation. Your feelings aren't on my list of caring about. Because you think Trump cares about your feelings? Do you think any of those people in the administration is sitting at home thinking, oh my God, I don't want Hannah to be upset. You know, I really hope those folks down in Kentucky aren't mad at us for not helping farmers and not helping them after they had bad flooding. And I really hope that they don't care about none of that. Here's the thing with the Republicans, and dare I say, I'm going to pull in all white people, and I'm sorry. The Republicans, for the most part, 99.9% of the time, stay on code. What is stay on code, Hannah? They are lockstep behind whatever they want to get done, even if they do not agree with it. You think Mitch McConnell thinks Trump is the smartest person in the world? Mitch McConnell is an excellent strategist. So he let Trump do whatever he wanted. He didn't care about none of that. The strategy was the Supreme Court. Everything you looking at, people want to be mad at Trump. Oh no, baby. Go back. When Mitch McConnell blocked Obama from getting a Supreme Court judge, y'all remember that? So you have to go backwards. Don't start right now. Go back and look at who did it. It was Kentucky's involvement in it. Kentucky helped pave this road. The same reason why we're here and Kentucky wants to hide what it did with enslavement. No, Kentucky enslaved 250,000 people. Kentucky sold 80,000 people down the Ohio River. That's what Kentucky did. And they try to hide it under bourbon and bluegrass. It don't work for me no more. I'm here to reveal and expose it all. And if we want to talk about it, Kentucky, Mitch McConnell, the people you put in office, paved the road. So when we look at the Supreme Court and wonder why it's stacked this way, you need to go back to Kentucky. But going with what Sadiqa said, why that's difficult is a lot of us don't look back and go back and learn and figure out and get the numbers. And why is it this way? We just accept the headline. We need to get on code. When you see a Democrat that's doing the work, trying the best they can, I'm not talking about out here lying and doing wrong and cheating people and getting over on people. I'm talking about someone really doing the work. It's time out for, well, I like the way she laughs, so I ain't vote for her. Jasmine Crockett, she cool, but she cussed a little bit too much for me. Hakeem Jeffrey, he just seemed angry all the time, so I'm not going to vote for him. It's time out for that. You need to get behind the people that are trying to move this city and state forward, and they're not going to be perfect. There are no perfect politicians. You are not going to hang out with these people. They're not going to come over to your house for dinner and a beer. All we need to do is get them into office. So get on code. And a reason why many people don't get on code, and you all aren't going to like this, but I'm going to say this. People don't get on code, and you know I'm telling the truth, and I don't care what anybody says. I know I'm telling the truth. They don't get on code because white people are afraid of other white people. You're not afraid of me. What power do we have to write a law to hurt you? So when you don't speak up, you're not speaking up because you're thinking, I think Hannah's going to come get me. You're not speaking up because you know other white people are going to harm you, you think. You need to check that and challenge. We're not the big bad enemy. We're not. There's some other people you need to look at. And when something happens, like, why am I not sharing this accurate post? Why am I not going to that event? Why am I not sharing that Roz is running? It's Roz, ain't it? That Roz Welch is running for, what does Bobby Holclaw say? The County Clerk. Why am I not sharing that? And you need to get over that part of it. And you need to be honest with yourself, because it will always start inwardly. And I'm almost done. Everything that is happening, which we told people, black people are just the canary in the coal mine. That's it. Do not think for 1 second that you will be okay. Is any of y'all billionaires out here? Anybody a millionaire? And I mean millionaire. Because if you got one or two, you ain't even part of the clique. Okay? Anybody billionaire? No, so y'all just not super wealthy. Okay, then you're over here with me. You in this boat with me. Unless you are uber rich, nobody cares. You are in this fight with me. It is coming. The train is pulling into this station. What are we going to do about it? Strategize. Stand together. Share accurate information. Get on code. Talk to your friends. Talk to your neighbors. And you must, and I know we're here to heal. A lot of people just ain't mad enough for me. You just not mad enough because it hasn't hit you yet. We know what's coming because we always know what's coming. It's always going to hit us first. And you won't think, well, I still have a job and I still have my health care. And I still can go to Kroger and there's food on the shelf. And I can still do this. And it's okay. And when you look up, the food will be off of the shelf. Your job will be gone. You already see what has happened in this short amount of time. Jobs gone. Farming industry in Nebraska. Other places gone. Just wiped out. Almost literally overnight. DEI gone. How many black women have lost jobs? Over 300,000 black women. Jobs gone. You are not safe. And being white is not going to protect you. They are coming for everyone. All you need to do is fall in line behind black people and it's going to hit you. So what works? If y'all listen to me, this strategy will work every single time. Listen to black people. If black people are sounding the alarm, follow them. If you see black people running right now, start running because something's coming. You see what I'm saying? Trust what we are telling you. How long we been saying this, Sadiq? For years. I I've been saying this for years. I said it before Trump was even a thought. Trust what we are telling you. It is coming. And if we don't do something now, we will not stop this. And the way that it ends, the way that it stops, is by standing together. It ain't no more of this black, white, and brown, and Eastern Kentucky, and in Louisville, and urban, and rural, and you here, and you there. It's all of us. All of us need to be concerned about all of us in this moment. We need to stand together as a community and fight together with accurate information and accurate strategy. That is the only way we are going to win, because they're working hard and we are kind of still playing around, and we need to stop that and really start working and deciding today, I'm angry and I need to do something. And your anger doesn't have to be violent. Your anger could be, and I'm angry and I'm a stand in community. I'm angry and I'm a register to vote. I'm angry and I'm going to talk to my neighbor. I'm angry and I'm going to go do something at the Urban League. I'm angry and I'm going to volunteer. I'm angry and I'm going to do this to make this community better. Please do what isn't an option, is doing nothing. This is an all hands on deck type of situation. All hands on deck. Because it's not going to get better magically. It only gets better by us doing the work together. Can y'all promise me that y'all will stand up and just do the work together? That's it. That's all I need y'all to do. And for the love of God, if Sadiqa posts something that I do, share it. We putting out that, I'm dropping jewels every day. I need y'all to share them. Because I'm trying to push out as much real information to combat disinformation. You listen to disinformation, Kentucky will tell you they never enslaved anybody. This site shows you that was a lie. You see what I'm saying? It's time out for lies, and it's time out for foolishness. And it's time out for playing around. Now is the time to do the work. Okay? That's all I got to say. And I'm going to pass it up. See, Jones nice. Jones going to come with the drama.
Through every note, every performance, the arts connect us. The arts connect us through joy and through awe, bridging cultures and generations. From intimate theaters to the grandest stages, the arts bring us together, reminding us that we're never truly alone. When we experience the arts, we experience each other. Kentucky Performing Arts. The arts connect us.
Hey guys, before we get back to the live stream, I'm Tracy, the bartender at Southern Hospitality Bar and Grill, located at 3402 West Broadway. You guys got to come and check us out. You can call your order in, and the phone number is 502-822-1474. Again, I'm Tracy, the bartender at Southern Hospitality. Come check us out, guys.
There's some extra drums over here. You don't need to know anything about drumming. Bring your voice, bring your voice. Sometimes what we need is a little break, right? After Sadiqa brought the fire, after Hannah brought the fire, we needed a little break. Catch our breath. So everybody, I think we need to take a breath together. And when you breathe at a count of 4, the count of 4 is connected to your heart. Can you hear me kind of? So yeah, if you want to put your hand here, and we'll breathe 4 together to connect ourselves, to get grounded in our own heart. So breathing in, 2, 3, 4, release, 2, 3, 4. And then now that we're grounded individually, we want to ground collectively, we want to ground together. I've been burning some medicine back here for the purpose of just that. So whoever came, let's go connection, feel the energy of connection. Whoever came in this moment, and whoever came in other lifetimes. So we will feel connected. So we're breathing in, 2, 3, 4, and we're releasing, 2, 3, 4. We're breathing in, 2, 3, 4, releasing, 2, 3, 4. Y'all just sit with your eyes closed if you're comfortable for just a minute. For just a minute. Y'all just sit. Nothing to do. Just sit. Don't worry about drumming or hollering. Y'all just sit for just a minute. And take a breath, big breath. Big release, y'all. Let us hear it. Take a breath. Big breath. Let us hear the release. Take a breath, y'all. Big release. When we're not breathing, we're not alive. They don't want us to live. We need to breathe to be alive. They don't want us to live, right? If you have a drum, some of y'all might already be drummers. When you play this kind of drum that I'm playing, in the middle you'll hear a sound like this. It's got a lower sound. The sound is like, it's for grounding. This is the sound that connects you to the womb. The drum is the heartbeat. This particular sound connects you to the womb when you first ever experience the heartbeat. Yeah, come. Nice and steady. process. Some of us are very much in our head right now. Okay. All right, here we go. Oh, I had that going. It's like me and then the voice of the ancestors. Drum, drum, drum. Drum, drum, drum. All right. So where we were was being grounded, having experiences that bring things up, and really figuring out how to make pain stop. But it's not really like that. There's not somebody in your life all the time who says, pain stop, and it stops, right? There's processes and ways to move pain. That's what I do with the drum every day. That's how the drum came into my life. Another thing to do is be with people, be with community. So just now, we all locked in on the same beat. And we didn't have to talk about it. Nobody had to be directing. Like we had a call from the sister before this that said come together, be together, and then we come here and energetically we can get together. So I do think it can be like that. Like strategize from our bodies, from our gut, from our heart. Some of y'all came here to holla. So let's do a little bit more breathing, and then let's just do some drumming. Is that okay? I basically gave everybody a drum lesson just now. The bass in the middle, and then here's a different sound that's toned, and then this is a higher pitch sound. That's what kept us moving. So I'm gonna play something. You can do what I do, or you can do anything else. And I'm gonna be using those same sounds that we just did. Alright? So we just practiced in a drum lesson through breath. Alright, y'all ready? Let's think about this as we do this. This particular drum I'm playing is from West African culture, and I see drums from many different traditions here. The thing that all the drums have in common is they are the heartbeat. In West African culture, the drums are about community, and everything that you do in community is circled around the drum, and the drum circles around everything. So everything we do has meaning. I believe that every time I have anybody at the drum, a healing happens. So even if you just sit down and mess around on the drum, I believe the healing is happening. We're out here. What is the healing that people want to put into the world? We sit here in this moment. What do we want to put in for people to receive? Knowing that it will be received. Just throw stuff in. True abundance. Okay, what else? Power. Power. True abundance. What else? Peace. Justice. Protection. Okay. Transformation. We're gonna hold all of that energy and we drum and we'll make sure it's all about us. Because it already is. We just said it. And we know it. No matter what happens with us in life, we find because on the daily, I might get angry, I might get afraid, I might get tired, just all the things. But for me, I have to make sure I slot time in my things. Every day, something. All right? Even if it's just wake up and put a fake smile on your face until it becomes a real smile. All right, here we go. I'm starting. London. Transformation. Freedom. It's all going to be about you. If you don't have a drum, please use your body, use your voice. In fact, let's start out with our voices. Let's see. Of the things we're putting out, which one do you want to give voice to?
Connection.
Okay. So, I think peace and joy was the ones that came first, and then we'll continue with them. Alright. So, in some energy systems of healing, you use your voice. It's known as the fifth chakra or chakra. And if you don't use it, you can cause all kinds of things. So it's important to open up the actual voice and speak. All right? So we're going to use our fifth chakra. So we're starting with peace. Let's start with peace. Everybody say peace. Say peace. Say peace. Peace. Say peace. Peace. Say peace. Peace. Go to protection. So as we're out here doing this process, we're grounded, we're protected, we can let our spirit soar wherever our spirits move together. So protection. 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 Transformation. with the Hannah, was this ever good?
Yeah, we good. Why don't you do one more?
Y'all listen to Hannah or Sadiqa?
I said, no, I want to do one more. Yeah, do another. I want to do another.
All right, y'all. So, since y'all want to do one more thing, let's do a some of y'all might know, people teach
to hear the drums, to shout, to be in community, to see people, you, and some are you. People who are in the trenches who I very rarely see smiling and doing this because of the heaviness of everything was beautiful, beautiful moment. So we are going to, you all have filled out your paper, what you want to leave behind. It has dissolved in the water. We are going to pour that water out. Ms. Rhonda, we'd like for you as an elder in the community to help pour out to the ancestors, pour out the things we are letting go. Some stuff you just gotta leave behind. You know what I'm saying? You can leave it all down here right at the river tonight. You do not have to get in your car the same way that you came in your car. You could leave here a completely different person. You can leave everything that you wanted to leave down there and start new. Let me tell you all this real quick, and then in 2 years, and I have never even said this publicly. I don't know why I'm telling y'all my business. 2 years ago, you know I was going to do dry January, because you know everybody does dry January, in 2023. But it was like January 13th, because I just, you know, right, yeah, I'm going to start when they start. And I said, you know what, I said, I'm going to do this, because everyone's doing dry January, and I never drank again since January 13th, 2023. Literally, night and day. I was drinking one day, and the next day it was just gone. And when I say gone, it never bothered me ever again. It literally was a miracle. So when I say you can leave here a completely different way, trust what I'm telling you. You can leave here in community. You can leave here in love. You can leave everything you want down by this river. So that's what we're gonna have to do. And I'm gonna sing a little ditty. My church folks is gonna join in. Y'all join in. Hit the drum. Church folks join in. Pretend if you don't know it, pretend you do. Sing Watermelon. Y'all know how we did it. Hum along. And I can't sing, for real. So y'all hit the bass on the drum as they pour. But really listen to the words, because it's just the truth, okay? I need you. You need me. We're all a part of God's body. Stand with me. Agree with me. We're all a part of God's body. It is His will that every need be supplied. You are important to me. I need you to survive. You are important to me. I need you to survive. I'll pray for you. You pray for me. I love you. I need you to survive. I won't harm you with words from my mouth. I love you. I need you to survive. It is His will that every need be supplied. You are important to me. I need you to survive.
Why is everybody like? Why
Hey
is
y'all,
everybody
I'm Attica
fighting
Scott,
with
former
each other?
Kentucky State Representative, and you're joining me today on State Live Streams.
We will continue to provide updates as we have more information.
Former Kentucky State Representative, and you're joining me today on State Live Streams.